Back to blue skies. So how'd you go with the ticket thing?
Didn't win. Had a receipt from Woolies, went and did it. It wasn't an instant winner.
Did you spin the wheel?
Yeah, it's actually on like a little computer thing. It's not this big wheel that you go like this.
Ah, okay.
That's what I thought it was.
So you just pressed like space bar or something?
Yeah.
Okay, oh well. You were in it to win it? Look at those timbers on the weekend. They put them round on top of that lettuce around the side.
Yeah. And it's tidying up round there.
Yeah, I have to get that when we get the drive done. Hello, Billy. Beautiful blue skies. 4 or 5 days of thunder. Not much rain, but cool change. Start on these windows. Sand them back, give it a paint. Might be you can give me a hand so we can tape up the windows.
Yeah.
They cleaned up pretty good.
Huh?
So they cleaned up
Yeah.
pretty good.
No, that stuff, that is from your shoes and from Mark, but it is so easy with even though my thing is a cheap one, you know that thing I bought, the dust, not the mop one. This comes off so easy. I can see why he recommends to use that type of thing than a broom on floorboards. Like, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Even me walking barefoot's done it, because there's some of the stuff on this here.
I was going to get a bit more messed up, but the cleaner's coming.
Mm.
They finish up middle of next week. I'll get what's the name painter to come in and do some of the walls.
And he's going to spray them, isn't he?
Yep, he'll have to cover everything.
Just not keen on spraying.
He's not spraying out here. I want his hand done.
Yeah, because it's just the overspray from when he did the roof
Then I'll be pointing that out to him.
and all the dust that was left from the dust sheets.
Mm-hmm.
That's so fine that even I've only got a cheap sweeping mop. I haven't got the good one yet. That's why I would rather get our 3 clean paint sheets, because it's not going to be full of dust from his other jobs.
No. He'll have to clean up. It's as simple as that. get some more of that white putty that I've been using on the boards for the windows.
You have to get more.
Yeah, the other stuff's nearly finished and it's a bit dry.
It's something we've got to go through. Is what have we got? Bits of, like we've got a bit of this left, a bit of this left. Get rid of.
Oh, some I'll keep for a little while, just for touch-ups. Certainly found some bottles today.
Yeah, I'm pleased with those ones. I'll give them a good clean. I'll clean them in bicarb.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be any, you know,
Yep, just soak them for a few days, just leave
Yeah.
it aside.
good idea to soak them for a few days. I might have a beer.
Oh.
Oh. You having one?
No, I'll just have a sip out of yours.
All right, I'll share one. Good idea. Found, if I put that thing all the way in, it closes. If I don't put it all the way in and only leave a bit out and try to close, it doesn't close.
Yeah, no. I'll put a couple of spaces on those hinges to put it closer. Willie's doing a show apparently. We'll have to go to his channel. Probably doing a cooking show.
Oh, are you?
Geez, I don't know what time it is where you are, Willie, but most people are in bed by now. Must be like 3 or 4 in the morning. That's right, he's talking to himself.
Yeah.
It's always good to have company.
Yeah, Friday morning.
Right, so you're just off to work at 4:30. Have you got your crowbar? And your mask? It's a simple method, Willie. You just behave yourself, or
That's right.
you get put into the little boy's corner just for a little while. It's all sort of self-discipline in this room. That's all you got to do. So I've got a couple of stonemasons in mind that I've saved for bench tops.
I had a look at some. I'm just wary of these one-offs that say no third party cut on site, but they work from home. I'm a bit wary of ones
Well, no,
like
the
that.
two I've got are companies.
Mm.
Have I been drinking? No, I've been working, but I just had a sip out of the wife's beer, so the answer is yeah. I had a sip. Yeah, so I'm going to have to sand that bottom plate,
So,
but I use the sander for that, most of it.
have you been drinking bully?
No, he has milk. He has milk and cookies. Didn't know milk and cookie was a Puerto Rican food. Puerto Rican. They don't drink milk, do they?
Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
So what are you taking to work then for food?
Leftover pizza. I put money on it. His mum will cut little squares and put them in his lunchbox. He always brings the fruit home, but his mum's always having a go at him. Well, he says he's never drunk in his life. He's never left his town.
Yeah.
He carries 16 M16s on his back, Rambo crossbow bullet holders,
And a Avenger lunchbox.
9mm, 38, and an AR-15. That's just to go to the shop to get milk and cookies.
What are they buying?
Bit of a worry there, working in a big corporation where people might cough or sneeze. Not sure whether you're wearing a mask. I know you wear masks. So you probably are. I reckon you probably wear a mask to work. It'd be smart to do so.
Bandana.
We'd hate to lose you, Willie. You know, like, don't want you to become another statistic.
Tacos.
Americans call them tacos. Having a taco. What we call a taco here is something you can check the revolutions on a motor.
Yeah, that's true.
A tachometer. But the cool weather's gone. It's back to being warm. Blue skies. No, you're not old enough, Willie. You shouldn't put your words on things you didn't do, particularly defending your country. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I have to be honest with you, Willie. You were probably born just as it was ending or after. So, plenty of people died in that war to make sure that you could wear a weapon on your belt. You know, fight for your liberty and all that sort of things. So, you shouldn't in jest say things like that. There certainly wasn't a nappy division. No, you weren't, Bully.
Oh, 1944.
You were probably about 33 years of age, 5'6" at best, probably 190 to 210 pounds. You eat lots of carbs, that's how you keep your figure. And you've
Keep your
never
figure.
been to Vietnam, because you said you never left America.
America, that's right.
Never left your town. I've been to Vietnam, Bully. No, you won't, Bully. That's a lie. You shouldn't lie. Your nose will grow, and then that means it'll push a mask off your face and they want to know who you are.
Yeah, Cease was born in 1815.
12.
12.
You weren't even even old enough for the first Gulf War. It's quite funny. You probably ride a BMX bike at the time. You know, with their little paper clips on the back wheel.
Right.
What's that?
What?
What's that in English,
English.
Willie? See, I have nothing against other nationalities, but I know a lot of Puerto Ricans actually. We have quite a few in Australia, wealthy, travel, and they speak pretty good, but they do sort of mix their words up sometimes. It just must be the, you know, talking from Spanish to English. I'm not sure. I'll invite you one night, Willie, to come on my one-on-one sessions, which aren't too far away, but you do have to be on camera without a mask. Tell your life story.
Yep.
I've still got a month's work here, fitting out the kitchen, painting. I'd get you to give me a hand, but I haven't got that many step ladders. Just me and you, Willie. That's how the shows will be run, one-on-one. But if you lie, I'm probably going to have to let you go. You know what I mean? Because people's stories is their truth. It's always fascinating. I've known lots of South Americans that have ended up living in America, mostly legal, but it's interesting stories about why they left their South American country to go to America. Obviously, earn more money, better lifestyle, without question. But sometimes people are persecuted in their countries. They're wanted for political reasons, or even racial reasons. Yeah, I'm no doubt you're born in the USA. Your parents I'm probably talking about, Willie. Lots of stories in Australia. We've got lots of Vietnamese, Thais, Cambodians. And they had some horrific stories to tell. We met while I was in Vietnam, met a young man whose father worked for the American Embassy. And of course the Vietnam War ended, and 18 years later, the Vietnamese government, obviously now was, run by the North Vietnamese, they caught up with his father and shot him. 18 years later. True story. It was apparently, his son said it was like there was rumours of people being rounded up, like there was waves of it every 3 or 4 years. They come and try and trace people, what they did. And his father was a farmer originally, but got to be a driver for the US, and then he actually got to be a courier in between different stations. And the Viet Cong found out 18 years after the war, took him into a paddock, made him dig his own grave, Bully, and shot him. Why is that true? His wife was forced to watch, and his kids were forced to watch. Horrific, eh? Vendettas. Lots of horror stories like that. You don't get a choice, Bully. Circumstances lead to that sort of situation. If your arms are tied behind your back and your legs and your knees are tied, after you've dug the hole, you're not going to be able to do anything except flop into it. So we've travelled a fair bit. We've met a few Americans, and they were always treated badly. They were always overcharged on drinks and food. taxis, accommodation.
I don't even understand what he's talking about. I can see too
No,
dark.
I think he's just talking to his other self. Sometimes he drifts into our conversation.
They-
Most time he's just talking
They
to his
know
other
I see
mate.
Bully is a brand name. What?
We got lots of Apple products here, but we never mention them, Bully. We don't need to. I don't see the reason in it, but keep some people happy. Yes, we do. I've got a 256
Let's
iPhone
see.
7. We've
what?
got
Well, let's see
two,
yours.
two, two 128.
Don't keep
Apple.
asking to see yours, and you never show nothing of yours.
That's one of them. That's an iPhone 8, and I'm broadcasting on an iPhone 8. And I've got an iPhone 7. And we've got Apple computers. I've even got apples in the fridge.
Yeah.
I never work out why people do that. You meet them and say, oh, I've got a Alfa Romeo and I've got 2 properties in France. I think, well, that's good. Really didn't need to know. It's not money that makes the person.
I don't really want a video about your guns. How about like around where your area,
Cooking,
cooking?
lunchbox, driving down your main street. Only I worked with I sent a Vietnamese family to Geraldton many years ago. They'd put people everywhere. And he came in to do 3 months' work in the timber yard with me. And he kept asking questions that I'm thinking, no, we don't. He said, does everyone have guns on the street? I said, no. No, we don't have guns on the street. He said, what about curfews? I said, no, there's no curfew. He says, you can walk the street at night. I said, yeah. And he was so liberated, like he took his family down the beach, had fish and chips, kids swam in the ocean. He came from a village just north of the border in Vietnam at the time of the war. And all his immediate family were executed. They came on a boat. And he said to me at the end of the week, because in those days you used to get paid cash in an envelope.
Yes, I remember.
And he was like, I'm a millionaire. He couldn't believe it.
Instant pot food. Well, what about fresh food? Fresh fruit, fresh vegetables.
At your age, 30 odd, you've got to start thinking of your liver and your gallstones and things like that, cholesterol, excess fat, visceral fat, internal fat. And yeah, you look after yourself. I mean, in America, the biggest killer of Americans is obesity. So do you cook yourself a nice steak, do you, Bully? I mean, imagine you boil it like, people you follow boil steak.
Oh, it's a pot for cooking, so you put everything in one pot. So you put fresh vegetables,
It's called a crock pot here.
meat.
Stick it on low or high, cook about 4 to 8 to 10 to 12 hours, doesn't matter. come back from work and there's you put say a pot roast in there with veggies, onions, garlic. Yum. Way to go. Unless you're just putting one taco in it. Yeah, pressure cookers are okay. I had a couple of sips out of that beer. Is it gone?
You had more than a couple of sips.
No.
Yes, you
I'll
did.
Get a lawyer.
It's gone. More than a couple of sips you had.
I think it's more water. Better for us. So we're going to put our kitchen in about 10 days from now, Bully. Nothing fancy. Nice oven, nice stove top. Cupboards, pantry. Well, usually, if someone's a junkie, they have some really obvious signs, Bully. Hello, Buttercup. Say hello to Buttercup, Bully.
Yes, be nice.
Bow before the Queen on one knee. All you have to say is the following: Buttercup, my goddess, it is so good to see you. Buttercup can do what she likes. I've given her full power and anonymity. They cleaned up the yard today, Buttercup. Got rid of a lot of crap.
Right, it looks so much better. I still waiting Buttercup. Oh, okay. I hope it comes soon.
They did it all around the side. Come up pretty good, actually. An engineer. So you're having a train driver come to your house.
I don't know if Buttercup moved. She might have to dash off.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. There's a man coming.
Yeah, it already feels a bit better when it's cleaned up, not sort of.
It's just an initial clean-up. There's other
Yeah.
stuff to do. The kitchen goes in 10 days. The floor does look good. Oh, that's just the deck out here. We can paint in about 6-7 days. What else? We get the air conditioners put in. We get the solar put on. We got solar power at your house, Bully? Plenty of sun where you live. Yeah, it's not a big kitchen. It's just a very practicable one. Just enough room for you, Buttercup, to get in there, maybe bacon and eggs in the morning. No solar panels. Yeah.
Well, he probably lives in a unit, so he wouldn't.
There'll be a big difference in about a month's time. Putting on 2 new gas heaters for the hot water systems, one at the front of the house, one at the back, because it's so long. Then we've got to get carpets. You own a boat. Must be a lake where you live, Bully, because there's no ocean. I've had plenty of boats in my time. Yachts, even, Bully. Oh, we got the other shower. That's where we have a shower at the moment. We have hot water. But the 2 other showers. No, you don't live near Lake Michigan, Bully. Come on. It's a fair drive for you to get to Lake Michigan. Trust me. You told us where you lived. Bloody freezing? Not here, it's actually, because it's been cold for us. 26.
Well, no, for Buttercup, it's
Yeah.
cold. She ain't got,
Oh, no heat.
boiler.
Ooh,
Yeah.
not good. Just rub a couple of dogs around your feet. Actually, I know when I was a kid, my grandmother explained to me where a third of their money went. It was on central heating, just to keep warm. Well, it's nice today. It's got to about 32. It's pretty pleasant.
Yeah, it was actually.
Previous 4 days down to about 25, 26, thunderstorms.
Yeah, I missed the thunderstorms already.
I'm a bit worried about the visceral fat bank, Jojo. It seems to be reducing, but throw the odd pizza in every now and then. Hamburgers, you know, healthy connoisseur type foods. We went out, last time we went out to dinner was in Geraldton, wasn't it? At that nice restaurant.
Yeah.
$200 disappears pretty quick between 4 people.
Yeah, actually I did see that Buttercup.
What?
Elbows begging.
Is he? That's new. That's normal.
Yeah, but he hasn't done it the way he did it today in a long time.
I think in time we're going to get the cry videos. You don't like me videos. My mother videos. My breaks videos. Well, I believe your marital status puts you in the same cage as most monkeys, Bully. Are you driving a van? That's good, mate. Good way to get to work, a van. Got to carry all
There
your
you
weapons
go.
in the back. You get a good little cache, probably 400 or 500 pound of weapons and ammunition.
I thought you might have been listening out for the doorbell, Buttercup.
You drive to Lisa Marie. Did you buy it, Bully? Oh well, there's $1,000 well spent.
There you go, it's a video. What car have you got, boy? Do a video on your car.
I think Bully takes public transport. I think he doesn't have a license.
Look, he might just walk to work.
I reckon he gets on a bus and probably a train, walks a little bit, puts on his 3-piece Armani suit, flash boots, walking cane, of course. Doesn't need the walking cane, but it just adds a little bit of extra style
Yeah.
with his Stetson that he wears on. Walks into office each morning and he says to everybody, Bully's here. That's true. He could actually be nicknamed the Hindenburg. Full of gas. Well, the birds are coming back. When the heat starts to die off a bit, all the birds chirp up a bit more.
Yeah.
Expecting any minute now the kookaburras to say goodnight, maybe. But it did get a bit warm today, so maybe they're back down the river. No, actually, she doesn't need to look for money, Bully. Some people don't, Bully. But you've got to work, so you probably need to. Unless you live at your mother's, then of course you get away with everything. Food free, accommodation, walk to work. No, you can keep all your money you earn each week. Yeah, we did. Not much. Only thunderstorms and beauties. We had one thunderstorm that was just lightning, no rain. You know, Bully's he's in his room now, right? His mum's downstairs, just waking up about 5 o'clock. And she knows he's under the covers with his little Apple laptop. And she'll be yelling at him short. That's why you never go on mic, because she'll be yelling, "You're not still on that bloody computer, are you, Bully?" "No, Mum." very dangerous, Bully, and you're quite correct, Buttercup. I have solar panels. Rujex hooked me up with the company is great. Yeah, if you come where I live, Jojo, you'd be blinded at lunchtime. When you land into Perth, it looks like a big lake. It's not a lake, of course, it's just thousands of solar panels. Actually, I asked the question at the hotel we stayed in, Geraldton. It was a decent sized hotel, probably about 80 rooms, brand new. And they had something like 1,200 solar panels. I thought it was brilliant. But everywhere you look, there are solar panels.
And driving there, all the roadhouses.
Yeah, all the roadhouses, solar panels.
We have a music man here somewhere now.
Tell you, you don't hear him often. Now, you do hear it, but you don't hear the ice cream truck as often as you used to in the years
No,
gone by.
it seems to come during winter.
Yeah.
And
Well,
when
the ice cream
school's
doesn't melt
on.
then.
And when school's on. Have you noticed that last year?
Yeah. One is the loneliest number that you ever find. One is the loneliest number. See, I'm thinking about doing songs for some of the e-beggars. Buttercup, and just throw past, a couple at you, like maybe the one for the guy in the van. I who have no one, I who have nothing.
See you, Jojo.
Have a good day, mate. Believe me, yeah, not really believable. Believe me. Da, 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 da. The big word where you're not talking to Elvis, remember? Yeah. One day, Bully, you'll grow up, and believe it or not, in real life, there'll be people at a table, the cool kids, you know what I'm talking about, and they'll say, come over here, have a drink with us, have a Mars bar. Of course, one of the songs that would go well for most e-beggars and their egos, Buttercup, would be The Great Pretender.
Yep. That could go for someone else too, not just the e-beggar. Mentioning no names in the room.
Mm.
Who's the hell's Mojo?
I remember a Mojo,
Yeah.
nice young bloke with
Yeah.
chickens.
Yeah.
He's nice. Well, he wouldn't have any chickens.
He can't. He lives in an apartment downtown.
Oh, right. So they don't allow chickens down there. Too many bums for the throne, yes. Oh, yes, I'm the great pretender. Ooh. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. It is a nice night. It's about 28, 29 degrees now. Not cold, not hot. No breeze. It's been blowing its bottom off for the last 3 or 4 days, but not tonight. And no thunder clouds rolling in.
Well, we don't know who. There's no Mojo in the room, so
There's nothing wrong with having dyslexia. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just part of life. Shouldn't mock the less intellectual. Oh boy. Well, in Australia yesterday, Buttercup, each country has the right to do this. The Australian Prime Minister and the Cabinet declared the pandemic. You don't need to wait for the World Health Organisation. What they've immediately done is send out to major sporting groups, schools, education, universities, public arenas, that at any given time from now forward, they can be forced to close. Not martial law, just they will just cancel events. Kids won't go to school. Well, in Japan, they've already done that.
Yeah, they have. I had a muzzy.
Okay. We can't tell you, it's top secret, Billy. It's a special disinfectant that we created. Kills all viruses.
Yeah, with special spray. Kills annoying little bugs.
Probably see Bully start spitting
Yeah.
on the spot now.
Kills annoying little bugs that are full of hot air and have lost the plot and are talking to people who aren't in the room.
So I know lots of, like I said, Puerto Ricans. There's plenty in Australia. Lovely people, they really are. But a lot of them play musical instruments. Bully, do you play the pan flute by any chance?
Oh, Mojo must be his, what's his name, imaginary friend.
Yeah,
So he's not in the room here, he's in the room with Bully.
yeah. So they've imposed a continuation of the ban of all aeroplanes from Asia. Yeah, you are. You're Puerto Rican, Bully. You're not Mexican. I haven't seen a chunky Mexican
Well,
like
could
that.
be a Mexican, aren't they called
No,
aliens?
unless he eats a lot more than
Aren't they?
average Mexican, he could be, I suppose.
Aren't they called aliens?
Mm-mm. No, there's plenty of legal Mexicans living in America. They're Mexican-American.
There's the
Told you,
kookaburras.
they come in, Buttercup.
Be cool if one landed just here.
They do. During winter, they sit on the fence. They'll sit on this veranda shortly, because we'll feed them. Kookaburras
You-
like raw meat.
Yeah, and they love bacon, so you're going to share your bacon with them.
Yep, it's exactly the same here. Exactly the same thing. We're just about to start a big season of Australian football rules. And they've already said that they may allow the games to go ahead, but there'll be no spectators.
Which will defeat the purpose. It won't be the same. I mean, well, we watch it on TV, but there's a lot of people who buy their tickets for the year to go to every game.
Yep, they prepay.
Am did it last year.
Yep. I mean, to go to an AFL game here, we've got a good-sized stadium. It holds about 80,000 people. Would it cost about $100 just for the pair of us?
Yeah.
About $50 each. Good seats. Fantastic amenities.
Hey, Mel.
Hello, Mel.
Well, boy, if we've got so much wrong, prove
Hey,
it.
true Mel.
Do videos and then we'll know.
How you going, mate? Did you shut the gate? Are the dogs well fed? Hey, true Mel. Yeah, so looking at our government has declared the pandemic. In other words, it allows lots of things to unfold in preparation which is pretty smart. I don't know. I'm caught up with JP for a while. I don't know whether they're second thinking or guessing about going to Europe. It's a shame if they don't go, but it wouldn't be the end of the world if he didn't. Actually, about 5 houses down the back, they pulled down an old house today.
Yeah, it took them a while, didn't it?
Yeah, well, it was a little tiny, little.
But I mean,
Backhoe.
like, since we saw the roof like that a month ago. Yeah, that's right. If you're going to buy Buttercup or Lolly Mel, you better buy me one. Actually, make it chocolate.
JP certainly doesn't need to make car payments, Bully. We've met JP in real life.
What the hell? Bully, sometimes it's funny just letting your
I
chat.
think there's a lot of projection going
No, what
on
it
here
is,
from his own life. I mean,
yeah, sometimes it's funny just
Buttercup
leaving.
doesn't need money. JP certainly doesn't need anything to do with cars. He has very nice cars.
It's like some of the things you say is just like a 12-year-old, and it's sometimes funny just letting you chat up.
If his mum catches him in bed at 4:30 in the morning with that laptop going, he will lose it. She'll probably turn the router off.
You know, the way you talk, Bully, you can talk to the wrong person like that. That's how you can get yourself in trouble. And you can have a joke's a joke, but like, you know.
Yeah, I suppose if anything, you come across as acrid. You can look that up if you like. Your comments are piercing, they're derogatory,
Yeah.
they're subordinate to people. You know, I'm better than you, and in fact,
And you prove
that's
nothing.
not the way to get through life. I mean, probably a terrible thing to say, but we're probably some of your closest friends, Bully.
That's right, Mel.
See, Bully, we've met Mel, we've met JP. There's a very good chance we'll meet Buttercup shortly. There's no chance that we'll probably meet you because you don't leave your town, let alone your country.
And we ain't going to you.
And we'll probably all get together here and there'll be no hangouts. There'll be no, what do they call those stupid things? Houses, whatever they call it.
Oh, it's, no.
That's not going to happen.
Oh, we might do a hangout. The girls might enjoy that.
Oh, if they want to, but there's no pressure to do it. That's not the reason you meet people. I mean, I'm not going to cycle. Well, we are. We were. I was going to book for the US about 3 weeks ago, but the current events suggest that we are cautious. Wouldn't you think that was a good idea? My bed's so warm, Mel. We definitely don't need any heating here. Nothing wrong with warm bits.
Buttercup's waiting for
For the engineer.
For the engineer to fix her boiler, Mel.
There'll be a young bloke with his shirt half off,
Yeah,
big
so
spanner in his hand. He said, I'll come here to fix your pipes.
So she might be doing a be right back, Mel. She's just
This is
waiting
true.
on a knock on the door. Yeah, you can come to us. We're not travelling to you. If you want to meet, hey.
We'll meet anyone. Doesn't worry us. I used to work in a place, Bully, where there are people that would scare the hell out of you. And I mean that literally. Some of the things that I used to work with and what people had done stagger the imagination. It's gigger time.
Yep. What'd you cook tonight, Mel?
Oh, it'd be
We-
probably somewhere on the barbie, I reckon. Beautiful night
I
for a
went to
barbie.
the shops with them and I bought, you know the shop Jester, Mel?
I didn't like that pie, I've got to tell you.
Oh,
Very average. Or yum, one of my favourites. Not the wife's, but mine. Chili con carne.
well, I bought you one back last time and it was alright. So what's the difference with this one?
What do you mean?
The pie.
It was not cooked properly,
Oh.
and it was just basic mince. Chili con carne is superb. You can do it with mince.
Just
you can
remember,
do it with steak.
Bully, that it's not just Buttercup with a wrench or me, but have a look at Mel's name. She can delete your comment anytime she wants, can't you, Mel? Or she can time you out, depending what mood she's in. So just remember, Bully, she has a wrench. And no, you're not getting one. Don't ask.
It's a bit like, to explain, I'm not sure if you know your history, Bully, but it's a bit like the Roman Colosseum, all right? I am not Caesar. We don't have Caesars. But we're all part of the forum. And we all have independent powers, like you just found out, to, at discretion, do some therapy.
I think you deserve 5 gold stars for that, Mel.
Warrior Princess Mel strikes down.
Yes, she just went straight for it.
And
I'm
she
wondering-
leant over the corpse rotting and said, "You're talking to me?" Punk.
I wonder if you're still listening. You still listening, Bully? You cause your own demise.
Yeah, I know JP's back at work. I just don't know whether he's second thinking his trip. I hope not. I hope they do go, but I just hope things don't get worse. Because it looks very much like things are going to get worse. I'm watching people in the medical trade at the World Health Organization saying what I said a couple of weeks ago, that this could be just as infectious as the common cold. And I think it is.
Oh,
The collective thought did that, Bully.
well,
It's remedial.
it could
It
be.
is like your om time. You sit there
Yep.
and gaze at your navel and realize that the universe doesn't begin or end with oneself.
We could possibly have each take turns, girls.
Alone again, naturally. Why are they picking on me? My name's Little Bully. I just sit here waffling on, and then Mel kicks me in the nuts. And Buttercup joins in
Yep.
and throws him in the sin bin. We
So-
probably won't see him anymore till tomorrow.
I'm surprised he came back under the other one. I think he has another couple.
Alone again, naturally. It was funny, we had 3 labourers digging down the back side of the house where we're going to put some pavers, and one of the guys sort of come up, and I'm sure the others sent him over. Barry says to me, do we need to go this deep? I mean, I say, we could probably do that. I said, 70 mil below the wheat lines. Yeah, but we could probably, and I said, 70 mil below the wheat
Yeah,
lines.
because did you see actually how high the level of sand
They
actually...
got the bobcat down there at one stage.
how high it actually ended up against the fence, the
Yeah.
sand.
Yeah. So I'll probably get that done next week sometime, actually. Get that area cleaned up.
So any dessert tonight, Mel?
No, it's Friday night. Dessert is probably going to be a drink with some ice in it.
Yes.
Wine counts.
Yep.
It counts. A little sedative, a little bit of happiness in a glass.
Funny colour in the sky over there.
Yeah, there's a bit of hue there. Might be some more coming in later tonight, but it's been clear for about 4 or 5 hours.
I know, but I miss it already.
Sonny Kano the other day saying, no, that's it, we're not doing it anymore. I said, that's not happening. I said, this will be happening. He said, no.
Who are you talking to? About?
Kano, when he was finishing off the boards, he said, no, we're not doing anything, this is it. I'm saying, no, you may not be, but it's happening.
Yeah, we have. You've had nothing. That's unusual,
We,
Mel.
no, look, I mean, to be honest, we've had very little rain. We've had lots of wind, lightning, thunder. The daughter was in the city the other day and they got about ½ inch of rain, but just in a big storm cell.
Yeah, but you've got to admit the rain we have had. We had a lot of rain compared to what we've had in 7 months.
Well, when I did that walk around doing the filming tonight, I was just kicking up sand.
It dried too quick, yeah. Yeah, we had yesterday nearly all day thunder and lightning up until 1 o'clock this morning.
Actually, we had a good lightning storm last night, mate. You know, one with no rain in it and very little thunder, but just lightning exploding. That was pretty cool.
Oh, well, maybe you'll get some. Well, actually, it's supposed to clear up over the weekend, isn't it?
I'm not sure. So I'll get some tools up here tomorrow and I'll clean up around the edges and tape after I've sanded and give that a coat.
Found some more bottles.
Yes, they're down there. All sorts of old bottles.
An old square milk bottle. I bet you there's so much more if we had a dug around out there that we would have found.
Let's get Tony Robinson here.
Oh yeah, what secrets lie below?
I know what you did last century. Yeah, so hopefully in about 5 or 6 days I can get the walls painted. And then, another 4 days after, the kitchen installed. But it'll be a couple of weeks till we get the bench tops. But we'll have a pantry, so we can use that.
I'll put some, what's the name, down. I want to get some...
I'm just going to put a bit of board over this section where the sink is and cook
No,
there.
I'm talking about the shelves in the pantry.
Oh, you want to line them?
Yeah. I'll have
Okay.
a look in the cheap shop to see what I can get. Yeah, I'd rather line them.
I hate it bunching up if you
No, I don't want it to do that.
Yeah.
Oh, kookaburras again. Okay. You be right back, Mel, or you went and you've come back? Yeah, that's it. You've lost. Buttercup's going to have to put you in timeout.
I've always had a pantry, actually.
Well, it's not a walk-in pantry, Buttercup.
No, this is just
a big.
It's probably
nice big
3 and a
cupboard.
bit feet across, and pretty deep.
So, like, it's a. How tall is it? Taller than you.
Yeah, it's a bit taller than me. It's quite big. We put all the peripheral stuff up the top. Like, even on top of it, we'll be able to put heaps of rolls, dunny rolls.
Oh no, I'm not having them sitting in the kitchen.
But it's stylish.
No, I'm not putting friggin' toilet paper on top of the pantry cupboard in the kitchen.
Righto, take
What do you
off.
reckon, girls?
Oh, it's going to happen, isn't it? Because you're the boss. No, having it there. What were the neighbours think?
Well, just don't forget that.
Yes, boss.
Get to sleep in.
Yeah, walk-in pantry is great because you can use it like a bit like a cellar, particularly where you live.
Yeah, we were going to build a sort of something like that, but it just took up too much room in the kitchen. So you've got to work with what space you've got.
My grandmother used to have a granite pantry, walk-in pantry. When I mean granite, the floor was about 4 inches thick of granite stone. And that's where she keep her cheese, her milk, her butter, on the floor. And it was always urns of milk. Probably about 3 or 4 gallon urn. Good morning, Tammy. How are you? All our thunderstorms are finished. We're back to a nice warm evening. Must be about 28 still. Well, if you really think, Buttercup, about what we put in the fridge, there's not much that wouldn't do too badly, where you live in particular. Not in a fridge. Would your milk go off? Probably in summer, yep. But not most of the year, you'd be fine. You just wouldn't freeze anything because you wouldn't have a freezer. But I know my grandfather had what he used to call an air box, which was very fine mesh, not even budgie mesh, really tight, and there was 2 or 3 layers of it. And that was outside, and they used to let all the cold air into his big area where he had this box, probably size of a normal fridge, basically. And it had shelves of bits and pieces. And that was his freezer during winter. So much rain. That bad. Wow, we had about a 1/4 inch of rain over the last 4 days. Not much. There's not a breath of wind here tonight. Yeah, you've had quite a lot of those weird storms. Not the usual ones. But I think North America's had a few of those as well. I've got people in the US that tell me that it is warmer than normal for this time of the year. They're having these cool days followed by warm days, where normally it's just cool until April in some parts, but season's breaking for sure. Yeah, you got the sort of same feeling in reverse. We're quite looking forward to autumn, which in Australia is the best time of the year. It is beautiful. Not cold, not hot. Unfortunately, it is the time of the year we get some doozy of storms, but we haven't had them for many years. These storms we had the last 3 or 4 days were part of a tropical system. So it wasn't normal spring weather. Our spring weather occurs because of the Antarctic cold fronts that come up and combine hitting the hot air. Yep. We get strange things here. We have plants that start to bud now because spring's coming. Trees, I mean. That Mel. Yum. I want some, Mel. Delicious. Yeah, camellias are tough. It's a very strong plant, actually. We unfortunately had to cut a couple camellias out the front because they were becoming invasive. Big old camellias. But they're beautiful. I love the white camellia in particular. The smell is just magnificent.
Yeah, it's got a nice smell, isn't it?
I would rather have them in preference to roses any day.
I see, I like roses.
Yeah, I like roses too, but you don't really have to do much to a bush of camellias. It's a tree, really, isn't it, when you think about it? It's like a miniature tree. Very lovely smell. Actually, we have I'm not going to grow them because they're very invasive, but they're beautiful. It's called a moon plant for a reason. The flowers come out after dark, but they let go of fragrance, which is just stunning. They're bright white flowers, but little inlays of colours going inside to the stamen. But every night they flower, but every night they drop their flowers. So you wake up to about 500 flowers on the ground. But it's like a bed of potpourri is what it smells like. They're like a very long trumpet, the flowers. Yeah, no, they're more of a vine, buttercup. They're not really a freestanding. They prefer to attach themselves.
What's that?
Moonflower. We used to have them on top of my huge patio. But give me camellias any day. They're a beautiful plant. You get pink ones and white ones. I think you get yellows as well, and a cross in between, of course. And they get the most incredible seeds. Have you seen the seeds on a camellia? They're like little tiny hazelnuts is what they look like. Remember the ones we saved? I can't remember where we even put them.
Oh.
Remember they're like look like little hazelnuts.
I don't think we've got them anymore. That was from the other place.
Yeah, there was hundreds of them. But it's a lot easier to grow from cuttings or nursery seedlings. I mean, if you could be bothered, one guy I saw, he made virtually a whole front bush line of them. Didn't have a fence. The camellia bushes were the fence, but every 8 or 10 weeks you had to get out with the hedge cutter.
They can get quite tall.
Well, what they do is they bush and they send these long tendrils up from the plant. So he let them go for a while and then he just trim them.
What plant's that?
Camellias.
Oh yeah, because they can get quite big.
Well, they're very strong as a bush. I think the ones we had in our garden over there were about 3 or 4 years old, so they got pretty strong. But our wind keeps them down in height.
The one in the corner was huge.
Here?
Yeah, next to the other fence, remember?
Yeah. But the ones over the other place were only about 4 feet tall. But that was because of the wind. In Australia, a lot of trees and bushes don't grow high because they break. Afternoon sea breeze is very strong. So they adapt. Plants are quite clever.
I'm going to go sit in the lounge in a minute.
Yep, sounds like a plan to me. If anything, it's got a bit warmer, do you think?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Maybe there is some more weather coming in. Perhaps.
Ah, I could sleep in tomorrow.
Oh, I'm going to set up here. I'm just going to paint that window on the outside. If I get ambitious, I'll do the inside. I'm not putting thick coats on, but I'll put 2 coats on. But there's more work in prep than there is in painting. Like painting takes about an hour. Prep will take about 4. If you get enthusiastic, and tape those windows up.
Yeah, they need a good dust down. You mean tape on the outside or inside?
No, just like we've done on the doors there.
Yeah. So inside.
Inside and out. All right, Buttercup. Hope all goes well.
Oh, all right. We'll go to Mel if you're there. Tammy.
Mel, good night. Tammy, goodbye. See you another day. We're going to go inside.
And Bully if you're listening.
And Bully, if you're sitting in the corner, rocking backwards and forwards, we still care for you. It's all in your best interest to have this therapy. Till next time. Looks pretty there with the lights on inside.
Yes.
So good night from the princess. And good night from Sashwash.
It's spinning. Have you already pushed the button?
No. But I'm about to. See you later, people.